Welcome to a quick edition of the RevGEN podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about government per diems since the new rates were recently announced. We're going to cover some quick basics, and then we're going to give you 4 quick tips on how you can optimize your government strategy. We've also made an infographic with hints, tips, and QR codes that you can use or print out and share with your front desk. So let's get into it. So let's start with a quick intro. I've got Joshua here with me, who is a senior revenue manager here at Korea RevGEN, and we're just going to go back and forth and learn a little bit about per diems. So, Josh, what is a government per diem?
Well, a government per diem is their allowance that they get to have when they're traveling, and this covers lodging and even their food. So instead of having to pay out of their actual pocket, this is something that they'd be able to expense.
Okay. And when do these government per diem rates get announced every year?
Typically mid-August, maybe a week here, maybe a week there.
Okay. And what is the fiscal year for these per diems?
So when you're looking at fiscal rates, the 2023 rates will actually start October 1st of 2022, and they're going to run all the way through September 30th of 2023. And then so for 2024, we'll start in October and, et cetera, et cetera.
Perfect. All right. So let's get into our 4 quick tips about how revenue managers can better manage government travel and deal with these per diems. So our tip number 1 is how you look up these government per diems in the first place. So the way that I do it is just simply Google the GSA government per diem lookup tool, or you can scan the QR code on that one-page infographic that we made, and that'll link you straight to the lookup tool.
Yeah, and that's going to bring you to the website. It's going to ask you to put in your state and then either city or zip code. I find it best to look it up through the zip code there, because if you have a hotel right on the line between 2 counties, that may, be one rate or another. So I always use the hotel zip code. I think that's the best way to look it up.
For our second tip, here we're going to talk about pricing strategies. So if a per diem happens to be undesirable in your market, my recommendation is to go ahead and make it non-last room available. That way, you're not forced to offer it on peak nights. However, if your per diem is a strong rate for your market, you should consider offering last room available status to capture that higher rated government segment.
Yeah, and if your bar rates, if they fluctuate real high or real low, instead of doing a flat per diem that may be kind of in the middle of those, I'd consider offering a percentage off. That'd be, help capture a little bit more business during the high rates, and then also during the low rates as well.
Cool. And then do you want to give us tip number 3, Josh?
Yeah. So tip number 3. So what we're looking at here is the compset. What are they doing? So if you found yourself offering a flat rate and you just have all of this business and, you're saying, hey, I've got a ton of government business and I'm losing out on ADR to my compset. Well, what are they doing? Are they offering a percentage off? Are they offering a higher, flatter rate because they can get away with it? It's something to check. And then vice versa. If you're not getting any of the government business, see what the comp set is doing. Maybe they're shopping under per diem because they need more business. So you don't want to price your hotel base, only off of what they're doing, but it's always great to check in with where that comp set is at.
Yep. You don't want to be the only 5-star hotel offering a $98 flat per diem if the rest of your comp set's 5% off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our tip number 4 is about operational enforcement. So I would recommend to, again, download that free guide on our blog and feel free to print that out and share that with your front desk teams. That way they can feel more confident about accepting or turning away some of these government rooms.
Yeah, and also make sure per diem's not the only government rate you offer. So I'd consider having a percentage off if you're doing a flat rate for military family appreciation or a government contractor. There's going to be a lot of businesses that do work for the government or for the military that may not qualify for the per diem itself, but having a percentage off is always another way to win some business.
All right. Well, we hope that this has been helpful for you, and be sure to stay tuned for more episodes where we will cover additional topics for revenue managers to consider. So that's all for this week. Thanks for listening.